Hello and welcome to this session. This is Professor Farhat, in which we will prepare consolidation through the income statement elimination, and specifically we will focus on bond transaction. In the prior session, we looked at non-depreciable asset, depreciable fixed asset transaction, inventory transaction. In this session, we will focus on bonds transaction. Once again, these sessions are specific for CPA exam candidate. What does that mean? It means if you want more in depth, you want to go to my advanced accounting course, because on the CPA exam, the assumption is this is a review. So I will go through this as a review. I'll try to explain the concept as much as possible, but not as much as in depth as if I am teaching this to an advanced accounting student. So what's the idea? The idea is this. Whenever a company acquires a bond of another affiliate of the same consolidated group from a third party, the bond are considered retired, and any gain or loss on that purchase of the bond should be recognized in the consolidated income statement through eliminating journal entry. Let's translate. We have a consolidated group. We have a parent company and a subsidiary. They belong in the same group. The subsidiary issued a bond to a third party and they received money. They issued the bond and they received the money. Great. What happened is this. The parent company went and purchased the bond from the third party. They paid them the money, they paid cash to the acquiring bond, and the bond is transferred back to them. What happened as a result? Effectively, it's as if the subsidiary bought back the bond, therefore we have to eliminate the bond. And this is the basic idea, which is the elimination. Let's go ahead and take a look at a multiple choice questions to see how this all fits together. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, farhatlectures.com.
Accounting doesn't have to feel confusing or overwhelming. Most students, CPA and CMA candidates, struggle not because accounting is too hard, but because it's taught fast, skip steps, and assume certain knowledge you should already know. Everything starts to feel disconnected. At Farhat Lectures, we break accounting down into baby steps. We explain the why, the logic behind each concept, and how everything's connected so it finally makes sense. When the fundamentals click, accounting becomes clear and manageable. You stop memorizing rules and start truly understanding accounting. Ready for accounting to make sense? Start your free trial at farhatlectures.com.
Assume that companies A and B are both affiliates of company C. On December 5th, year 3, company A bought bonds from the market for $1,075,000, and it turned out that these bonds were issued by company B. And remember, company A and company B are both affiliates of company C, and they paid $1,075,000, and the bond had a book value of $950 on December 1st of the first year. The face value of the bond, we're assuming it's $1 million. Prepare the eliminating journal entries required for the consolidation purposes. Now, I'm going to keep this example as simple as possible. Why? Because on the CPA exam, they keep it that simple when it comes to consolidation. Nevertheless, this might involve a little bit more of amortizing, and here we have discount or premium, but we don't deal with it now. I am going to first issue the bond. When the bond was issued, who issued the bond? The bond was issued by one of the affiliate. The bond was issued by company B. So this is company B. When company B issued the bond, they received cash of $950, debited discount on the bond for $50,000, and the bond had a face value of $1 million. This is company B. So company B happily received $950,000, and they issued this bond to a third party. We don't care who that third party is. Now here comes company A. And remember, those two companies are affiliate. Company A went to the market and purchased that bond for $1,075,000. How would company A record this entry? As far as company A, they would record this as an investment. They will debit investment in bond $1,075,000, and they will credit cash $1,075,000. Now you might be saying, why didn't company A immediately give the cash to company B, and rather than paying it to a third party? And this is La La Land. This is the CPA exam. They just need to know if you understand how the transaction occur, how to eliminate the entry. Now we need to eliminate the entry. And here again, we're keeping everything simple. We're assuming that we did not amortize any discount or anything like that. But if we do amortize the discount, we have to take that into account. So now at the end of the year, what we have to do is we have to prepare the eliminating entries. And this could happen. Basically, company A did not communicate with company B and they happened to buy this bond in the open market and they paid that much. But why would the bond change in price that much? There must be a major change in interest rate. But again, we don't care about all these realities. We care about preparing the eliminating entries. Now, company C, basically the affiliate, will have to prepare the consolidated financial statement and make sure to eliminate all the entries. So the first thing we have to do is technically we retired the bond. So this bond is gone. So we have to debit bonds payable. This bond is gone. We have to eliminate this bond from company B and from the affiliate altogether. Then we have to determine whether as an affiliate we had a gain or a loss on that bond. Again, we're assuming that we did not amortize any discount. If we did not amortize any discount, the book value of the bond equal to the face value minus any unamortized discount, and we're assuming we have 50,000 of unamortized discount. The book value is 950. So there was a book value of a bond for 950, but we paid 1,075,000. We paid 125,000 more than the book value. As a result, we have a loss of 125,000, which is the difference between 1,075,000, what we paid, and 950, the book value or the carrying value of the bond. We debit that loss 125. So we recorded the loss. What else do we have to get rid of? We have to get rid of the discount. This is a debit discount of bonds payable. We have to get rid of this. What do? We credit discount on bonds payable to get rid of this. So the bonds is gone and the discount is gone. So technically the bond is gone. Are we done yet? No. What's left is the investment. The investment, we have an investment of 1,075,000. We also need to remove because that's an investment in another subsidiary. We credit the investment for 1,075,000, and as a result, we eliminated this bond. So this interest is gone. So simply put, we received cash of 950 as an affiliate. We paid cash 1,075,000. We are worth 125,000 as a result of this issuing the bond and buying the bond from a third party. And kind of a realistic example, they issued the bond by mistake. They sold it to a third party. Now this third party knew that company A wants to buy it. They knew that the affiliate, they raised their price. That could be the case as well. So remember, here we kept it simple. The premium or the discount reported in the books of the parent and the subsidiary along any related amortization are eliminated. Here we kept it simple. We told you that they did not even amortize anything because when preparing the financial statements, everything will need to be removed. And here too, you could also amortize the investment as well, and you could amortize the bond. But again, we're keeping it simple. What should you do now? If you are a CPA exam candidate or a CMA, you want to go to Farhat lectures, look at additional resources, lectures, AI tools, podcast, anything that will help you. The best investment you can make is invest in yourself. Good luck, study hard, and God bless.